Obviously super proud and excited about the victory this evening. I think Cape Town City are a really good team. They're coming off numerous victories under the belt. So we knew that it would be a tough game, but I just felt that if I had to pinpoint what the difference was between the two sides, I thought it was just the desire to actually win the game and the commitment from the players from Stellenbosch. And tactically, I thought we were really spot on. Lately they're a team that want to play out from the back. They want to suck you in, break lines. But just the continued pressing and effort to close down their centre backs, to close down their wing backs. Once the ball went into their 2-6s to put pressure on it, once it went to their 2-8s to apply pressure. And obviously to take care of Mayo up front was I thought tactically we were really good. It's never easy when your tactics are to press a team and knowing that they are a good ball playing team, because you can lose your shape. But I think the reward from doing it often and long enough far outweighed the risk of them playing out and opening up the pitch, which they did on one or two occasions, but fortunately we dealt with it. And then obviously where we looked really dangerous was when we won the ball back from transition. They do send their wing backs high, they leave 1v1 at the back, so we knew that their back three of Godinho, Cupido and Van Heerden, our sort of joy would be to get turnovers and then to play the ball in behind, turn them, make them defend, make them sort of chase, which I thought we had done effectively, which did lead to the goal, and also one or two other moments where maybe we're just a bit unlucky not to finish the play. So yeah, just to sum it up, I thought it was a superb, committed, energetic performance. I reminded the players on the 27th of January at the same stadium, we were 2-0 down. We were 14th or 15th on the log table. It was Ashwin Andries' last match. I looked at the squad that day. Sibanda was his debut. We had Ashwin, 18 years old. We had Olawetu, 18 years old, playing in the back line. We had Mervyn Boji, 20 years old, playing up front. Jaden Adams. So it was a young squad, and we came back from the depths of sort of despair, 2-0 down to win at 3-2. And I think since then we've been a different team and a reformed side. And today I think we just showed that we've matured as a team, we've grown as a team. There's obviously a lot of confidence, a lot of belief amongst the squad. It's not easy to get back-to-back victories in the league. It's not easy to keep clean sheets. We've now kept clean sheets in our last sort of 4 matches in the space of just 2 weeks. So that leading into the cup final is obviously good for us. But yeah, it's all about this evening. Great, committed, energetic, tactically disciplined performance.
I will take questions from the floor.
Coach, I don't think you get a lot of praise out there, especially from the media, looking what you've achieved so far for the team. Since Daryl started here, he won 2 man of the matches. Ora scored like 3 goals so far in his in the last 4 matches, and you've been in 3 semi-finals and a final coming up. What leadership style do you use? Like what approach do you use? What drives you so much? Because I feel like you deserve your flowers. I don't know if you get what I'm trying to ask you here. And we saw the drive and the passion tonight. Your counter attacks, the high press, and you've broken City's winning streak. The first team to beat them in their last 6 or 7 matches. How do you do it?
Yeah, it's look, I prefer not to get plaudits and awards. I think as a club, that's the way we do our business. We're not in it for that, but I just care for my players. I care for people. I love the players. I will do anything for them, and you get rewarded by performances like they've been putting in and week out of late. If you look at the team this evening, 5 players that we recruited in the window: Oscarine, Moloswani, Janino Palace, Daryl Macheke, Ura Aniset, all started with some sort of more younger established players that like Devin Titus, and obviously Dino, Fawaz. They're sort of real, for me, of the 2 best fullbacks in the league collectively as a team and as a squad. And obviously Ikram Reyners has got his strength. So players that have been released: Macheke from Kaizer Chiefs, Moloswani and Janino relegated from Maritzburg. I think it's just when you get players like that, you just got to put your arm around them and give them the care and the love that they deserve. KG Sekhotta, he will come good for us. He also just needs a lot of care and love. So it's about that. I think it's a caring environment at our club. We had to support the players, create an environment for them to be successful. So our pyramid is that we work for them, and they reward us with performances like this evening.
Coach, maybe just a word about Anasek, because he's settled in quite quickly compared to some of the other foreigners who come here. Just how have you got that right, and how much of the best of him have we seen so far?
Yeah, I think there's still more of him to come. It's never easy for foreigners to just hit the ground running, so it has taken a bit of time. But the reason he's doing as well is he's one of the best professionals I've worked with. He's a true footballer who wants to succeed. He works hard. When he was injured, he was devastated, but he put in the yards whilst he was recovering from the injury. So again, our recruitment, heads up to them. Brendan for finding a player like him. He's played in Africa. He's played at sort of Champions League level. He's finding his feet. You can see he plays with a lot of fire, energy. His freedom. He runs at players. He's a good finisher. I think it's his third goal now in the last sort of 4 games or so. So yeah, we're happy for him. And he's our interpreter for Ture. So he's got a dual role at the club. But yeah, he's just a really good professional.
Mark and then Seneca.
Steve, obviously the selection had an eye on next Saturday with Adams, etc. But would you have taken Reyners and all of those guys off 65th minute, whatever, if you weren't leading? Was that always going to be a plan in other words?
It wasn't a set time in that, Mark, but what we did know is that their back three of Mark, Cupido and Godinho is that if we just kept running at them, we kept turning them, we kept the energy, eventually something would give. So the idea was always to do that as much as possible, and I thought the front three did that, and then I thought if we brought another 3 fresh legs, we could get then the job done. And I think had it been a different scoreline, I would have still done the same. Also, Ike's ankle is not 100%, so it was a bit of an eye on that. And then obviously Devon and Ura are key players for us for next week. So we had it in mind, but I probably would have done it had the scoreline been different. Yeah.
Coach, a player like Dino Fenorean, I always ask about him. Do you think now he deserves a call? Maybe because he keeps on pushing, he keeps on fighting in every game that he plays. He always gives 100%.
Yeah, he does. I believe he's shown consistency over a number of years now. His caps that he's getting week in and week out, the maturity that he shows, the energy that he shows. He's the type of player that if the coach needs somebody with energy to sort of get in behind and cause teams problems, I believe that he would do a job. Maybe they feel maybe the size is maybe for sort of African type football, and that's the reason. But besides that, there's no reason why he shouldn't be getting at least a look in. So I'm sure that can't be far away. And the same can be said for a couple of players. I think Basadin, he also deserves the opportunity, and 1 or 2 others. So, hopefully Jaden can keep his position for AFCON. And maybe with a bit of luck, we can have another addition to the squad. Even a player like Sage Stevens has been showing remarkable form and also may deserve an opportunity amongst many others.
Sims?
Coach, what is it that you had planned for coming into the season in terms of what you wanted to achieve as a football club? And now that you are in the final of this Carling Cup, what would it mean for you personally as a coach and for the football club to go on and win this trophy? And just lastly, your thoughts on the match being played in Japan? Are you happy about that? Shows of winning.
Yeah, look, if it had to be played away, obviously I'd rather play in the coast than in Gauteng, just for obvious reasons such as altitude and that. So we've shown some good form down in Durban. So we're not sort of unhappy with the decision. Obviously the committee decide in advance where the final would be. So I would have been maybe a little bit disappointed had it been Amazulu in the final. It is their home ground, and they would have probably been able to dominate the fans and that, but we don't mind playing in Durban. We look forward to it. And your first part of the question would mean obviously a great deal. I mean, for the club, number one, we set ourselves beginning of the season to make a final and you know, push for a top 4 position. That was sort of our ambitions for the season. So currently we have made a final, but I think, you know, just making the final is not, you know, enough. I think now that we're in the final, we got to want to go and win it. And that would be a remarkable achievement for the club. And personally, obviously, I'd love to win a trophy and a cup. I came close with the Nedbank Cup many years ago, so this would be a great opportunity.
And Mark, and then we'll go into the last 3.
Can I ask you about this week now, Steve? So a couple of days off now, or what's your plan?
I wish, Mark, but no. Tomorrow, the players that played a lot of minutes will do regeneration, so they'll just do off-field, gym work, swimming pool, ice bath, you know, just come in and tick over. We've got other players that need to get minutes, so we've got a friendly tomorrow morning at 10:30 at Portuguese club against City Kings. So they will be playing just to keep their match levels sharp and high. Then Sunday off. We'll go through Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, train, and then we're fortunately flying 2 days in advance. So we'll fly to Durban on Thursday, have a relaxed day on Thursday, and then one final training session at Mabida on Friday, and be ready for Saturday.
And sorry, Liam, just to butt in, just to finish that question, and are you going to do anything special, like, I mean, smart suits, is there something sort of cup finally that these guys are going to have?
We would like to. There are sort of things in the background that we are looking to do. So hopefully they do come off. It's always a little bit short notice to get everything done, but it's not often you make a final. So we've got to treasure the moment and make the most of the moment. So I'm trusting that we'll go all out. It's just such a pity that our fans, it's so far for them to travel. It's, you know, we are getting buses, and, you know, it would be nice if we could just bus, you know, people there. It's a long trip, but hopefully we can reward them with the victory. But yeah, we will be doing something special there.
Coach,
sorry, the way Galaxy dressed me might be under pressure.
Coach, at the beginning of the season, we lost so many key players. Junior Mendy, Tabo Sute, Sicily, Ibrahim Jabbar, Tumakaya. Did you ever think that you would be sitting third today after 14 games in the season?
No, you don't ever sort of just think it. We're a club that do plan ahead and think ahead. So, you know, obviously we lost some really great players. But if you look at Moloswani coming in, you know, experienced, really good centre back. Ishmael Toure, really quality centre back, have come in, fill that void. You know, Sishlen Dooley, we always knew his capabilities. He's doing a fantastic job. Daryl Machek is coming. Ura Aniset, KG, you know, coming in for junior. So yeah, we do miss those players that, you know, I always wonder if we had kept the players and we added what we have, what could possibly happen, but it's not maybe always possible. But yeah, hopefully, yeah, going forward we can just keep the momentum that we have and not have too many changes, because what it does is the first part of the season was tough for us. Finding our feet, finding the formation, finding, you know, what does Ura do, where does plays fit in, and once we sort of found the puzzle, then things have gone on well since then. But the other key is never to become complacent. I could be sitting here in 3 months' time and it could be a different story. So we've got to be humble enough to keep working and keep growing and keep improving and keep pushing each other. And, it's possible that we can do something special this season. So you know, let's continue.
Okay, unfortunately, the coach is waiting. We'll take one more question and then we'll wrap it up.
Coach, just to touch on what you said about the supporters, just how important and special was it for today to win the derby in front of them, knowing that you've had to do the entire cup journey without most of them?
Yeah, it's been tough. I mean, we've been travelling a lot. I think this was only our 5th game at Danie Craven. So by the end of the year, we would have played 23 matches, of which only 5 were at Danie Craven. So yeah, it's nice to just be in front of the fans. I think we only play middle February again back here. So it was nice to reward them with a big win tonight. And you know, hopefully that can get more people up for next week watching the game at home, and hopefully some coming to the stadium.
And all the markets.
Yes.
Right, thanks, coach. Thanks, everyone.